Excuse me there, guys. Oh, excuse me. Good morning, solo trader. Hopefully today you can get your last winning trade unless you've already got it overnight. You said you needed one trade yesterday for a possible payout. I don't know if I'm gonna take my funded trade that I only need like maybe two more trades with. I think I'm gonna do one of my lesser of my funded account trades today. I do like the 709s, 710s for a bounce, but I think I'm gonna since it doesn't have the close. So usually what I like to see the most is whenever the open and close are stacked on top of each other. But today we opened with a gap, so we don't have that today. So like you got today's open sitting, well, maybe. Yeah, they're about 30, 40 points a piece. You got today's open sitting at 698. But see, yesterday's close is down at 662. So that's why I said I'm not going to trade my normal funded account. I prefer to see them within like 5 points of each other. But the trade that I'm looking at today is going to be off the Asia low. So this is another setup. You see Capital, usually the ones that talks about this one. So what you do is you put your order about 3 points below the Asia low. And so you kind of see we do have like a little bitty double top there. So I'm hoping that's where we get the bounce. That's about 3 points past that low. So that's kind of where I'm going to take my trade today if we get the pullback there. Then plus you got the 700 level for a little bit more support. So that's what I'm going to try to wait on today for my funded trade. But I think, like I said, I'm going to do one of my other funded accounts. We also have a gap fill to the downsize too that we could look into too, down at the 662s or 670s. And we're also going to do the 15-second trade on a Bulanox eval. I thought we were going to get to use a bot with that, but I guess I'm going to be doing it without the bot today. But I'm going to be doing it on Quantower. No, for some reason the bot hasn't been working correctly. Like, you know, before I went on vacation, it wouldn't enter trades. So I haven't been using it. Methodical Man taught me an easier way to just do it myself, what he does, because I could never really figure out how to do it. But he showed me yesterday, and it's a lot easier how he's explaining it to do it on Quantower. Because on Quantower, you can just hold and drop. Oh, let me get there. Yeah, what I was saying on Quantower, you can hold and drop. All right, I'm going to go to a 5-minute or I'm actually even do a 15-minute just so I know it doesn't get hit. So what he was showing me on Quantower, if you go up here and hit the little bitty mouse here, like that, then hold control, you can just place orders. So like this, pretty much just right click buy or sell while holding the control button. So you can put it on the board a lot faster. So you can just go boom, boom, like that real quick. So lot faster than trying to do that crap on Ninja. So we're going to give that a whirl. I'm going to eval. We definitely have to practice before we do it on any account that matters. So we're going to be looking for just 4 ticks on each side. Good morning, Java. How are you doing? I know we have that gap fill down in the 672, so be nice to get a nice move down. Then I also want to, hopefully we can get one of our funded trades. I really want to trade my other funded account, but man, I just know it's not the normal setup. But we're going to go with the low of the Asia bounce here for our other funded account today. So we're looking for a bounce off of this double. It's like there's like a double wick here at 709, 710s. So here's that setup, the setup that we're talking about, but this was in the London market. So as you can see, we're in the London time frame. We're moving up, consolidating. See how we break the bottom of the London low here from this area overnight at 77. It goes down exactly about 3 or 4 points, then rejects almost 30 points. So this is the same setup we're looking for on the Asia low. And this is something that, you know, if you're in here with Capital, that Capital talks about. I usually miss them, so this is why I never get to take them, just because they just happen at just different times. You just never know. But this setup offered almost 30 points overnight, but, you know, you would have had to have been on the charts at 4 or 5 o'clock this morning. Solo, how much do you need to make to get to your payout, or did you get to your payout yesterday? No, we're just dumping already. I hate when we have big movements before market. Oh crap, we got 10 seconds. All right, I gotta get ready. Woo. All right, here we go. Did I mess that up? Did I hit the wrong? Shoot. I might have hit the wrong button. Oh, I know what I forgot to do. I forgot to hold control. I was like, what happened? But I think it might have worked. Let me see. Yeah. Ah. Wow, that thing went through quick, didn't it? So that's why we stayed away from our normal funded there. We also got yesterday's close sitting here at six. What's that? Six, not 662. Man, it just sold right through that level like nothing existed. That's the only thing about those early morning trades. It's early in the morning. Nope. Ah, holy crap. It's not respecting any of that stuff, guys. Whew. Right now we're just kind of consolidating. We'll probably get a big breakdown or breakout in a minute. We're at the previous day close at that 661. What sucks is that level did pay your 10 points. What's up, Capital? I hate this fucking. Yeah, it definitely looks like yesterday's close was probably the better hit because it hit yesterday's close and bounced what, almost 20 something points. We also have a Chicago PMI news in about 5 minutes, guys. So just be aware of that if you're going to be jumping in a trade. I don't know if they're waiting for the news to drop or what. Hopefully, it's just not one of those days where we just have the big move down consolidation. What was the gap filling today? Or was that the gap filling already? Okay, so that was the gap filling from yesterday. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the gap fill is already there. I think the ES has a good chance to at least pushing down to the 25 because that's the ES's previous day close. So I'm so quiet today, guys. I'm like super sleepy today. I don't feel like I hardly slept at all last night. Ah, shit. I might have missed it. I missed it. I still feel like that 25 is a possible hit area for the ES. Didn't quite get down there. Here's your close of the 15-minute candle. Yeah, I was trying to put. What does the 600s look like? Or is that any kind of support? Or do we go all the way back to the 500s again? Where's my thing here? What, 586? What, that 585, 580 area possible? Maybe this will be a 21 EMA touch here. I would think the bears need to hold this 660s if we're going to continue back down. What did that bounce off of? I see where the hourly chart bounced. Still got a nice little wick sitting down at the 600s. Capital, did you take any trades overnight? Oh, you did last night? So we're still stuck at yesterday's close at 660s. I would think. Let's see. I was gonna see if we get stopped here at this wick here. That's where I was looking at that 90 level and see if we continue through there on the hourly. That may come back all the way back down. Yeah, shoot. Excuse me. I thought here we'd at least get down to this wick here. Ah, we missed their trade. Ah, shoot. I think we missed it. We did. I don't know if I want to leave that because it needed to hit on that. I may have to close this trade early because it hit too. think it missed this. Damn it. It did. I knew it. Fuck. Okay. Oh, I was about to say, it didn't take me out. Man, I just. There's that 20 touch. I figured we'd get that 20 touch. It's usually a nice trade if you get the 50 EMA and your 20's like freaking over 20 points away. Usually we'll hit the 50, trade back to the 20. Excuse me. What was your trade setup last night, Capital? I wonder if we retrace this whole move back all the way up to the 750s. Okay. Thank you. Let's see this hold. A lot of wicks to the downsides here too. That might be 50%. Yeah, this was 50% of the pullback here. For shorts, we definitely need to get below the 60s here. Excuse me. Oof. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it's probably going to take a little bit to get through all these wicks. We consolidated a lot yesterday morning. It seems like we were stuck in a 50-point range. We need to push below this, then come back, find support at the top of this leg here. I wonder if we're going to, like I said, fill back in this whole sell-off from just a few minutes ago, all the way back up to the 750s. Ugh. So basically, just not a lot to do here until we either get back above 700s or we get back below the 660s here. Kind of need to just get out of this range. Then maybe we can start looking for some type of eval trade. Man, do I do it? Right now, we're just kind of stuck between 660 and 670. So, like I said, really need to get above the 700s. Then maybe we can look for this gap fill in all the way back up to 750s. Right now, we're kind of at that 50% total pullback from the overall move this morning. So this is the same type price action we had yesterday, guys, where we just pretty much had the big moves when the first, basically when the market opens, and then we just kind of go into consolidation. Mm. Yeah, well, I was hoping for a retest off this 1 minute inversion play here. Good, it's bouncing. See if it holds up at the 60s. Mm. See, I wanted the 660 to kind of have resistance there, but it did not. was trying to see how many more wicks we have left in there to. The only thing is, man, we got so many wicks to the downside to hit for all these bounces. So, where did this hit? Nope. Kind of losing that gap here. See if we can drop below those 60s again. Where's the no, the ES never got down to the, what do you want to call it, the 25 there from the previous day close. Was that a new? Oh my goodness. So we're looking for us to lose these 660s here. We still haven't printed outside of this this gap here. We don't get through there, we may close this. I hate that it bounced again. I thought once we wick past it, it would go at least down to the 50s again. Above 70, we'll close this. All right. Wanted to see it above the 70s. I mean, not above, back above the 70s. I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought we'd get another run down once we got past the 60s again, at least down to the 50s on that one. Is this finally is it going to be another fake out below the 60 level? Because that's at yesterday's close. Try one more time here. I don't want to risk as much though, so. All right, we tried it the second time. I would think that we'd at least, if you're looking at the hour chart, you would think that we'd want to hit this top of this wick at the 600s. Ah, damn it. Let's see if 50 holds. If we lose at 50, we may sell a contract. This way we'll just have one contract left if 50 can't hold. Okay, it looks like it's going to hold. All right, we just got one micro left. If it can pull back and retest 60 and hold, maybe we can add one contract or something like that. Just to add, because we only got one micro left. Mm. Mm. Yeah. I was hoping a little bit deeper pullback. Try to add. Dude, these wicks are insane today, guys. Mm. We're looking for 600 to get hit. If you look over on the hourly chart, there's a wick right there. Pretty sure that's where we're heading to, 90, before we get the bounce. That first bounce came off the top of these candles here at 608. This can't, yeah, somewhere around in that area. We've got another big wick there. This may be a 21 pullback, so we might hit that same exact area where we push back up to, because right now, see how we're following the 9 EMA? So maybe we can add here if we push back up to the 21 EMA. But man, that's pretty bullish here. Nope. Waiting to see if we're going to break these 40s. Like I said, I still like the shorts as long as we stay below the 60s. Anything above that, then we'll just kind of have to... This 40 holds, more likely probably pushing back up here. Really need to see 60 hold at the highest here. We need to stay below 62. I'm trying to find an area to add so we can maybe add one more contract since we've only got one contract left. If we can break below this and I can use that 15-minute opening range as my support level there. So right now we're at the close of the 15-minute candle. I would think we'd get at least a bounce here too, so might be able to get a bounce there back up to the 15-minute opening range, then continue maybe down to the 550s there. A lot of wicks on the 1 hour candle. Hold until 590. Yeah, I know. I almost want to hit the 90 and see if we can retest and hold the 15 minutes. Maybe we can add a contract, add another contract. There's the 15-minute break. Excuse me. I want to see 20 hold here. No, don't. Like I said, we're in one micro here. I want to see this 20 hold. Damn it. See if we pull back to the 30s and the 30s hold here. That'd be 50% of this move here. We should hit this wick before we get a bounce. There's a 600 bounce. Really don't want to see us lose the 15-minute opening range here. $15 still paying. We're going to add a little bit more. Keep adding here and there where I think there's going to be bounces. We're looking for this hourly wick to get hit at the 90 here. All right, there's that wick. All right, we're completely out of that trade now. We're at least able to add here and there as we move down. Man, I feel like that 650 is the next target. If Yeah, I got out at 95. I did it about 5 points above that 1 hour wick right here. I may risk a little. It's only 2 micros here, guys. We were just seeing if we could get a trade down to that 50s. I may even close this early if it gets back above 600. Oh, damn it. It literally just ticked me. I was trying to get that wick retest on that hourly at the 07s. He's probably going to go without us. I didn't want to re-enter. Damn it. Oh, my goodness. Man, it hit that wick right on the nose and just went 20 points. Oh, damn you. Oh, well, we missed that one, guys. We missed that one. Damn it. It's probably going to the 50s. That's our next wick down on the hourly here. If you look at your hourly here, kind of, what, 55? Look for a 55 bounce, 50 bounce. Damn it. I tried to jump in there with a couple more micros to see if we could take it down to the 50s. Wow, nice 40-point rip off that level, man. That's just insane. The entry was back there around the 600, 607s where we tried to enter at a while ago. I wonder if we get a nice bounce off the 50 level. A lot of wicks. So we missed this last short here. We were trying to short this one more time with a couple micros for that 50 level. There was a lot of wicks down there on the 1 hour candle in the 50s. So we've been just kind of trailing this hourly chart down to the wicks. The ES. I feel like this 50 area is going to be a nice bounce area just because there's so much consolidation in this area for the last couple days around the 550s. Then if we get through the 550s, you're probably looking at 500. That 500 has been a magnet also all week. If you kind of just go back and you can look. I know I've struggled taking trades around that 500 earlier this week. So we got about 3 more minutes for next hourly candle here. If we get through the 50s, I feel like we definitely can make a run down there to the 500s. I bet you I wonder if that's going to be our dump candle there. Because it's one of these days where you consolidate quick move candle to the downsides, then back to consolidation again. All right, losing that 500 or that 50 level. Man. I think we expect some kind of bounce here at the 20s, maybe? Yeah, 20s. We may try one more trade, and after that, we'll probably call it a day. I try to keep myself from extremely over trading. Maybe a retest of the 600s here. If you look at the hourly, they have a big wick sitting back there at the bottom of that wick sitting at the 600s. It's just 2 micros, so we're risking. Now, I wouldn't take this out on a funded account or nothing, but for eval, yes. Don't want to be in this trade for a lot. This way, if it does come back, just don't get stopped out for a bigger loss. I was looking for 21 touch. Looks like we're going to miss it by a few points. Eh. Come on. All right. Either we get that first 10 points this time or no. If you look at that wick, that bottom of that wick is sitting at 610. So we're going to look for the 600 touch here. You gotta think we just hit that 21 EMA. I'm looking to see if we can maybe get back up to this 50 EMA here. It could come back and stop me out, break even on this last one. Because it may have to hit this, which we could always re-enter. If we hit this non-EMA, then break back above. Alright, so our runner got stopped out there. Didn't quite get up to the 600s like I was hoping. This is like looks like we hit this area here. Let's see if we can break this 50 here. Just 2 micros. Like I said, we're trading super small here since we're so late in the morning. Let's see if this gap, this wick here holds. I was hoping to get down to like the 20s or 30s here. Don't really want to see us lose the 50 level. And I may even close this if we lose the 50. I want to see the 50, that 50 hold up. All right, we're going to go to break even just in case we can't push down. Or we'll just stay in it for 5 points. That way we're only risking like 20 bucks if it stops us out. Maybe I'll do 40 right there at the top of this wick. like I said, if we start losing this fishing back above the 50, I may shut it down. Because I don't want to lose the 50. One more test of the 50. All right, we're going to go to break even. Oh, damn it, dude. We're just in it for 4 points now, just because it's struggling to push down. We could have another big pullback here. We're just trying to hold on to as much as we can of our green. Oh, it just ticked me. All right. Hopefully this will be the sell-off here. We'll get down to that 500 level. I wasn't sure about that one. We're looking for 505. Let's see here. We've got a bunch of wicks down here. I'm looking to take out this wick here. Oh no, did I miss cackle like? The wick was at the 14s. No, it wasn't. Let's see a little bit more. Oh, it was that wick, I bet. We're going to take some profit out of this. We can't let it just get zero out of there in case it does ricochet back up off of this 10s. So big wick there. So I picked a wrong wick, guys. That looks super bullish there. Yeah, looks like it's going to get our runner here. Woo. Did we just get saved by a tick? Looks like we did. Maybe even try to take some more. Looks like 12, that 12.13 was probably the right area. It looks like we bounced off that wick right there on the hourly chart here. This big old candle here. I had chose the wrong one. I was shooting for these here, which we still may. Looks like we still may get it. There comes those next candles. We're going to take this on down in case it bounces again. We were saved by a tick and we missed our profit by a tick. Come on. All right, we're going to see maybe if this wick here saves us. We got a wick sitting there at the 25s. Let's see if that wick saves us. All right, good deal. We hit our target. Let's see, where could we go now for watching the hourly chart? I mean, dude, this thing's just filled with wicks all the way down. I mean, could we take out the 90s? It looks like that 90s is going to be our next level down. I don't think we get a 90 bounce here. See if we get a 90 bounce. There's the 90 bounce. No, oh, shoot. Be right below the 90 there. Risking, all right. Cost us $40 on that trade there. I was hoping that 90 would hold. It still may. Come on. Looks like it's going to get us again. That 90 just couldn't hold. All right, guys, that's probably going to be my last trade. We were trying to get the reversal there. Maybe retest the 510s there. We was looking for this wick here to hold. What sucks is it's probably going to go now. Or did it go to the bottom, the body? I bet it did. It did the body of the... We're not going to try it again. So we missed this bounce. We were trying to get that bounce back up to the 15 level where the 9 EMA was. But it looks like our stop needed to be on the bottom of this, the body of that 1 hour candle there. You would think that we'd want a 50% pullback on this. Got equal. What, back up to the 35s if you're looking at your total 50% move. It's going to go without us. So we still got equal low sitting at 83.2. I mean, you would think that we'd want to pull back up to the 30s if you're looking at 50% of this move, but it may have to go down here and take out these equal lows, then maybe go back up. And you also got your 21 EMA sitting all the way up there too. This 500's been a mess this week. I mean, you can kind of look over here. Look at all this consolidation we had around this 500 level. Sucks we had to get in there 20 points later, guys. We're looking for the 50% pullback up to the 30s here. Nice if you're able to stay in that bounce off of those 90s. I just had I had tight stop losses, so I wasn't able to stay in because I was trying to hold on to my as much profit as I could. Woo. We were looking for this total 50% pullback. Didn't quite get it. The 20 moved down a little bit on the way up. So I still think we get that total 50% pullback on this. We still got yesterday's close down at the 480s. I mean, look at that nice little 20 bounce there. I want to see if we're going to continue higher. You want to see this 9 EMA hold. Maybe we get a 50 push, or it could just be straight back down. We got equal lows sent down at the 80s. I think I just waited too late to jump into that. You should have been in at least 510 if you want to try to jump in that. Look for these equal lows at the 80s. You also got yesterday's close also sitting at 80. Yeah, 480 is yesterday's close. Let's see if this 500 holds here. I want to be out of this as little as possible if in case it doesn't reverse. Trying to see if we can target those 480s down there. The most that we're risking per trade's like $40 on these trades, guys. Yeah, shit. We're reversed hard off of that. That 505 was a crazy target the other day, too. All right, we're in this for 2 points. So just right above the 500 level here. All right. Didn't get that quick sell off real quick like we were hoping for once we broke those 500 levels. Insane. All right, one more pushback. And maybe we shoot for the 50 EMA up there. 50 EMA looks like a nice bounce area. All right. Like I said, we're just doing 2 micros at a time. We're looking for a 50 push here. We're going to go to break even on this one in case it pulls back hard on us. Hope we get it in this candle and not a second candle, because a lot of times a second candle it'll have to pull back a little bit. Damn it. At least give me my 10. We just got ticked. Okay, there it goes. I was about to say we just got ticked on that one. A little indecisive candle there. figured it'd have that little pullback. I'm gonna see if we get a rejection off of the 50 here at that 50 EMA. All right, guys. Thank everybody for watching today. Hopefully everybody was able to at least find a couple winning trades. We'll wait for this trade right here to play out here at this 50 EMA. Since we got 20 points between the 50 and the 20 here. I'm hoping we bounce off this wick right here. Thanks, Capital, and have a good evening. Ah, we missed the 50 retest. Oh. Very true. Yeah, my viewers have been way down. That usually happens whenever I don't stream for like 10 days. I mean, it's pretty normal. We're going to break through the 50 here. I don't really want to risk more than 5 points. Oh, well, we'll risk the full 40 bucks on this. That's going through. Ain't no way. That's... yeah. Try to remove some of my losses, so just lose 20 bucks instead of the 40. Yeah. All right, so we lost 20 instead of 40 that time. It pretty much just went right through it. A lot of times we hit that 50 and you got 20 points, but it's looking pretty bullish at the moment. Man, is this going to be the 50% of the total move? So possibly all the way back up here at the 620s. Oh, is that going to do me dirty and pull back now? I bet you it wanted this right here. Oh, there's the pull back into the 9 and 20. All right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Everyone have a good evening.